Hello everyone, I'm Elizabeth and welcome to another crochet session. Today I'm going to show you how to join the Woodland Wildflower square. So let's go ahead and let's get started. You can see this is the Woodland Wildflower Granny Square all joined together. So I have put different range of colors to make it a little bit colorful. So this project is made of Aran yarn, so it's a little bit heavy like this one. I have shown you how this is made in my previous video. I will link down below how to make this one, as well as extending it with round 5 to make it as a granny square. Now the one we're going to do this session is to join our squares, and I'm going to show you different variations of joining this particular type of join, and let's go and do it. In this video I will be using 2 colors of DK yarns from the Women's Institute, which are light purple and honey. I will also be using the 4mm crochet hook. These are the nodes where we are going to join our squares. If you take a look at the pink markers, the first node on the right is in the middle of the 3 double crochets, followed by the space between the next 3 V stitches, and then again the double crochet between the 3 double crochets. These pink markers specify that we'll only join the square to its opposite side, and then the 2 green markers here specify our corner joins to its opposite corner. But not to worry, it's better to show you how this meant as we go along. Okay, on this scenario, I have finished the first, second, and third side of the square. So I'm on the last side now, and on this side, I'm going to connect the square into the other square. And so I'm going to insert my hook. So first, I'm going to make a double crochet. So this double crochet is the beginning of this side, and before I proceed to the next double crochet, I'm going to take my hook off the loop and then get my other square, and I will need to insert my hook into the second double crochet here. So that's the one, and then this is the 2. Insert it first, and then put the hook back into the loop and pull it through, and then make the next double crochet into the main square. And then proceed with the third double crochet. And there you have it, our first join here. The next one, on the next chain 3 space, we are supposed to have the V stitch. So I'm going to make the first double crochet first. Now I'm not going to take my hook off the loop. Instead, I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V stitch right here, and then make the chain 1, and then proceed with the next double crochet. Okay, we have joined the second join, and we will do the same for the next V-stitch. I'm going to make the first double crochet. I'm not going to take my hook off the loop. Instead, I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch like this, and then make the chain 1, and then proceed with double crochet. And again for this chain 3 space. I'm not going to take my hook off the loop. Instead, I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch, and then make the chain 1, and then proceed with the next double crochet. You can see here, as we are on the last side here, I already did the double crochet here, so I only need to put 2 double crochet. So first I'm going to make the first double crochet. The join here is on the second double crochet, same as the one in here on the other side. So to do that, I'm going to take my hook off the loop. So this is the top of the first double crochet, and this is the top of the next double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook there, then back to the loop, then pull it through, and then proceed with the very last double crochet here, and then make a slip stitch into the next stitch. Here I would like to chain 1 to tighten it up. So this is the side to side variation of the join, and as you can see as well, we didn't join any corners here as we don't have any corners to join with. So I'll go ahead and tidy up, and I'll see you in a bit. Now I'm ready to join my fourth square. I will be joining this square to the middle square here, so that will give us 1 side and 2 corner joins. And let's begin. You can see here my last stitch is the double crochet, or the last double crochet for this side, and the next one's supposed to be our corner stitch, which is the chain 3, just like this one. Now I'm going to chain 1 first. I'm going to grab this corner here, and I'm going to insert my hook like this, and then chain 1. So that will count as our second chain, and then chain 1 again, and that will total up to 3 chains. Now I'm going to make the double crochet. As you can see here, I have joined the corner on this square, and now I'm going to join the sides on this square, the middle one. So always I'm going to make the first double crochet here on the first side, and before I proceed, I'm going to insert my hook into the second double crochet here. So this is the top of that stitch, Then I'm going to insert my hook back in and pull it through the loop. Then proceed with the double crochet and the next double crochet. Now on the next chain 3 space, I'm going to make the V-stitch. So first one double crochet, and then I'm going to join it to the next to the other V-stitch here. So I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch and then make the chain 1 and then double crochet into the same chain 3 space. So we have made 2 joins on this square here, and then we have joined one corner on the other square. You can see we leave this corner here open because this corner belongs to the square that will be placed in here. And there you are. For the next stitch, it will be the double crochet, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch and then proceed with the chain 1 and then make a double crochet. It will be the same with this chain 3 space. So first one double crochet, insert the hook first into the opposite V-stitch and then chain 1 and then make the double crochet into the same chain 3 space. So I've got here the next corner. So I'm going to make the first double crochet. Here I'm going to take my hook off and insert it into second double crochet. On top here, make sure you take the 2 loops, then pull it through, and then proceed with the next 2 double crochets. So before we proceed with our chain 3 here in the corner, we shouldn't forget that we've got an opposite corner here. So this particular square, so we are going to connect the corner on this corner here, not on this one but this one. Okay, I'm going to chain 1 and insert my hook into this corner, which is the other square, and I'm going to chain 1, which will be counted as our second chain. Then I'm going to chain 1 for the third chain. Since we are not joining anything on this square, I'm just going to continue on as normal. So here I'm going to make 3 double crochets, and then the next I'm going to make the V-stitch, and then another set of V-stitch on the next chain 3 space, and on the next chain 3 space. And on our next corner, we only need 2 double crochets here. And let's have a look. So I just want to show you what happened here. So we have joined this square using one side, two corners join. So the corner here is joined to this square, the corner here is joined to this square, and the side here is joined to the opposite side. So this is how to join squares. So it's quite different for each corner here, so we treat it differently. I've done it this way because I want to show you the next option, which is two sides and one corner this time. So I'll see in a bit. I'll tidy up. Now let's begin with our next join. So our next join here is two sides and one corner. So this is the only corner where we are going to join our square. So there's nothing on this corner because there's no square on the opposite corner here, and there's no corner on this side as well. So there's only one corner and two sides to join. So let's begin. So first I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to make my first double crochet for this side. Then as usual, I'm going to take my hook off the loop. I'm going to grab the next square and insert the hook into the second double crochet loop here for the top loops. I'm going to insert my hook back to the loop and pull it through. Then make the next 2 double crochets. Then we will proceed with our V-stitch here. So 1 double crochet. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch. Chain 1 and then with the next double crochet. Now for the next V-stitch here, the next chain 3 space, I'm going to make 1 double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch and then make the chain 1 and then with the next double crochet. Same with the next chain 3 space here, I'm going to make 1 double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V-stitch, make a chain 1 and finish off with double crochet. So I'm in the corner here, so I'm going to make the first double crochet. Now I'm going to take my hook off and insert it into the second double crochet opposite the square. Put it back into the loop, pull it through, and then proceed with the 2 double crochet. So now we are going to join this corner into this corner, but this particular square here completes the 4 square here. So as you can see, this type of join is the busiest of all the joins because it completes the 4 square together. So I'm going to chain 1 first, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite corner, and then underneath this join here, and then proceed with the chain 1. So by doing that, we have joined all corners together. And then chain 1, that will complete our chain 3 here. And then I'm going to make the first double crochet for this side. And of course, the second double crochet will be joined into the double crochet on this side now. To insert my hook there and pull the loop through. Then proceed with the next 2 double crochets. So that will complete the corner stitch. So let me show you how it looks. You can see here. So all corners are now joined together, which creates a solid join here, so there's not much big holes. Okay, let's proceed joining this side to this square. Get my hook back in. And our next stitch is the V stitch. So first 1 double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into the opposite V stitch. Make the chain 1. Lead with double crochet. For the next V stitch here, same as usual. So 1 double crochet. Insert your hook into the opposite V stitch before chaining 1, and then finish the V stitch with a double crochet here. And then we are going to do the same into the next chain 3 space. And insert the hook into the opposite V stitch, chain 1, and then a double crochet. I've got the next corner here, so I'm going to make the first double crochet. And I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the double crochet here. And then back to the loop, pull it through. And then proceed with the next double crochet. So as you can see here, we haven't got any corner to connect, because this one we're not going to connect on this corner. So I'm just going to chain 3 and proceed with the next side, but we're not joining anything on this side either, so I will just crochet as normal. So that's 3 double crochets here. And then our next V stitch. And then the next V stitch. And then the last 2 double crochets here. And as usual, slip stitch to the last double crochet. and then chain 1. So this is the join that we have just made. You can see, let's take a look again. Looking great. So as you can see, all corners here are not joined to anything. Here as well, here as well, and here as well. And for this corner, this corner is also not joined to anything because we haven't placed any square here. So this type of join is also 2 sides and 1 corner. I'll see in a bit. I'll tidy up. Okay, I'm ready for our next join, which is the corner to corner join. This is probably the easiest join ever because we are only going to join this corner to that corner, and that's it. Let's go ahead and do that. So first I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the other corner here, and then I'm going to chain 1 with that corner, and then chain another 1 to complete our 3 chain here. Then I will continue as normal. So we have got nothing to join on this side. I'm going to proceed with this corner here, side here. Oh, and there you have it. So this is our corner to corner join. So the reason why I have done this, so I can show you how to join this type of join where there is 3 sides and 1 corner. I'll see in a bit. I'll tidy up. Now I'm ready to join our next square here, so which is 3 sides and 1 corner. And before you proceed, make sure that your squares are facing the same sides. Like this one, it may be facing the right side here. You want to make sure that your squares are not twisted. So as you can see here, so make sure that all your patterns are, your squares, make sure all your squares are aligned properly. So as you can see here, we are going to connect this first side now. I'm going to turn it this way. So we haven't got any corners to join here. That's why I have chain 3 here. So we're going to join our first side. That's our first double crochet. Then I'm going to take my hook off, yes. Put it into the next double crochet here. And pull the loop through and proceed with the double crochets and another one. Then the next V stitch, same as usual. So this is our V stitch join. So on the next chain 3 space, another V-stitch join. And into the next chain 3 space, another V-stitch join. Now we're here on the corner stitch, so 1 double crochet. Going to insert my hook into that second crochet. Proceed with the next 2 double crochet. So as you can see here, we haven't got any corners to join because there's no squares on this side. So I'm just going to chain 3 here. Then we are ready for the next side. I'm going to make my first double crochet. And I'm going to insert my hook into top of the next double crochet here. Proceed with next 2 double crochets. And then a V-stitch join. The next V-stitch join. Let's repeat that. And then the next V-stitch join. And then the last double crochet join here for this side. So I'm going to make 1 double crochet. So this corner will be busy. I'm going to insert my hook into the top of double crochet here and make the next 2 double crochets. As you can see here, we've got the opposite corner. So we are about to complete another 4 sets of square. First, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to insert my hook onto the opposite corner all the way through with the other corner join. Then I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So that is actually a chain, and then chain 1 to complete the 3 chains for this corner. And then we are going to proceed with our first double crochet for the next side. You can see here, I'm going to take my hook off. Then I'm going to insert my hook to the other side and pull the loop through. Then proceed with the next 2 double crochets. And then a V-stitch join. And then next is another V-stitch join. And the last V-stitch join. And here we have got the next or the last join here. So this is my first double crochet. Going to insert my hook into the top of the second double crochet on the opposite side. Insert my hook back into the loop and pull it through. And then proceed with the last double crochet for this square, because we already have the double crochet here. And I'm just going to make a slip stitch. Chain one and tighten up. So we have joined another corner here, complete join of the corner. So we have got two corners here fully joined. You can see. So for this particular square here, this is one side and one corner. So let's do that next. So earlier we have done two sides and one corner, but this one is one side, one corner. I'll see in a bit. I'll tidy up. Our next join will be one side and one corner join. So let's begin. Since we're not going to join any corner here, so I'm just going to chain 3. And then make my first double crochet for the next side. I'm going to take my next square here and I'm going to insert my hook into here. And then pull it through the loop. And then make the next double crochet and another double crochet. And then our next V-stitch join. Then our next V-stitch join. And the last V-stitch join. And then our last double crochet join. I'm going to take my hook off, insert my hook into the second double crochet on the other side of the square. Insert my hook back in and pull the loop through. And then make the next 2 double crochets. Now we have a corner to join here. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to chain 1 first. I'm going to insert my hook into this corner. And then make the chain 1. And then chain 1 again, and then make 3 double crochets into that same corner stitch. We're not going to join any sides now, so I'm just going to continue as normal. V-stitch here. And then next V-stitch. And then the last V-stitch. Do that again. And then complete the corner here with 2 double crochets. Then make the slip stitch. Then chain 1 and secure. So we have completed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have completed 8 squares. And we have one last here, which is the busiest of all squares. And I'm going to show you that in a bit. Now let's join the next and final square, which is the 3 sides and 2 corner joins. So let's go ahead and begin. So here I've got the 3 chains here to begin with, as we don't have any corner to connect with. I'm just going to make my first double crochet here. So this is the first double crochet for this side. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the top of the second double crochet on this side now, the joining square. Then I'm going to pull that loop through, and I'm going to make my 2 double crochets here. And then the next V-stitch join. And then the next V-stitch join. And the next V-stitch join. I made a mistake. So the next V-stitch is supposed to be in here. Okay, now we are in the next corner here. So we've got the last side, the last double crochet join for this side. I'm going to proceed with the next 2 double crochets here. Now, as I want to say that this particular square here is the busiest join ever, because you got 3 sides and 2 corners. And this particular square completes these sets of 4 squares as well as these sets of 4 squares. So these corners and these corners here will be the busiest of all. And let's do it, and let me show you. So I'm going to chain 1 because we have the double crochet here, and then we've got the corner here, and then we've got another double crochet to join there. So that's why it's the busiest corner. Then I'm going to chain 1 here. Then I'm going to make my first double crochet for the next side. Then I'm going to join into here. And then proceed with the next 2 double crochets. Now we've got the next V-stitch join. Then the second V-stitch join. Oops, wait a minute. Made a mistake again. Then the next V-stitch join. Then we've got the next corner stitch here. So first I'm going to make the first double crochet and make a join into the second double crochet here. And then we've got the corner join here. We want to make sure that we're joining all the corners here. Then make a chain 1. Then I'm going to make the next double crochet, or the first double crochet for the next side here. So we're almost done. I'm going to take my hook off and join to the next double crochet on the other side. Then make the next 2 double crochets. And the next V-stitch join here. And into the second V-stitch join. And now the last V-stitch join. And then we have got our last join here. and then make a slip stitch into the next double crochet. Okay, we have finished joining our 9 squares here. As you can see, we have 4 corner joins here. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You can also see that all side corners are not joined as well. This will be sorted out on my next video where I'm going to show you how to make the borders. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this video and I'll see you again next time.